station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Good evening and thanks for joining us for DC News Now at 4. Here's a look at some of your top stories all across the DMV. We're tracking Adalia as torrential rain, whipping winds, and a dangerous storm surge moves across the southeast. Right now, hundreds of thousands are without power and millions more are bracing for potential impacts. We have team coverage throughout the evening.
And we have the latest updates of Adalia. Where is it going? How is it going to impact our southern states? I'll have those details coming up.
And residents in Southeast Washington in an apartment complex there say their building is unlivable. How district leaders are stepping in. Thanks for joining us on this Wednesday for DC News Now at 4. I'm Annalisa Gale. As right now we are come on the air, we are tracking Hurricane Adalia as it makes its way across the southeast. It first made landfall in the Big Bend of Florida this morning as a Category 3 hurricane, and we now know 2 people have died following the storm. Now, this is video out of Perry, just north of where the storm made landfall. You can see how strong those winds are as the eye wall of the hurricane made its way through that area. Hundreds of trees are down there and reports of damage to hundreds of buildings as well. And even further south, closer to where Adalia made landfall, this is Keaton Beach. Look at the massive surge there of water from the ocean as the hurricane moved in this morning. And drone video also showing the damage from winds well over 100 miles per hour. Families who evacuated will likely return to that devastation like this throughout the day. Now, our sister station WFLA caught up with a resident in Hudson trying to salvage what they could.
Have you ever seen anything like this?
Not a storm surge like this, no. This is the first time. This is an exceptional one, big one. Yeah.
And as far as your home, your property, I mean, what's that look like right now?
We don't know yet. That's why we're down here wading through the water to find out. Like, we're like assuming the dock's ripped up. I'm trying to get there before the storm surge, the tide comes up some more. It's like they're saying another 3 feet, and it's going to rip the boat and the dock up. So we're walking over there to loosen the lines up, try to save the boat and the dock.
And as some race to salvage their properties, hundreds of thousands are in the dark without power again as Adalia continues moving towards the East Coast. Let's check in with forecaster Brittany Ward now. Brittany, where is Adalia now?
Yeah, you know, Annalisa, we are keeping our eye out on the radar. Your time now, 5:02, and Hurricane Adalia still affecting Georgia, making its way into the Carolinas. You could see portions of State Bureau, Georgia, seeing those heavier downpours. You head along the beaches, Myrtle Beach in South Carolina, starting to see some heavy downpours as well. Adalia still forecast to track further off north as we head through the evening tonight. Not going to be affecting the DMV. Winds right now sustain at 75 miles per hour, so still a Category 1 hurricane at this hour, but it's a low end. And then as we head through the evening into tomorrow morning, we're going to start to see it weaken into a tropical storm. So overall, we are seeing those heavier downpours as you head further to the south. There's a live look there at Florida, just kind of showing you what they are seeing. As for those watches and warnings, still have them in effect. A hurricane warning for the Carolina coast as well as portions of Georgia. This is going to be going on as we head through your Labor Day weekend. It's set to expire on September 5th in the afternoon, and that's because we're just going to be seeing some heavier downpours as we head into the weekend, especially in those southern states. Take a look. Estimated rainfall totals as we head into 4 o'clock Saturday afternoon will be greatest as you head into the Carolinas. Take a look at southern or South Carolina. They could see anywhere between 6 inches of rain, a little bit higher as you head further off north, seeing a little bit more than 6 inches of rain. So overall, going to be lots of flooding issues as you head further south. So keep that in mind if you are going to be traveling. Just kind of looking ahead to Futurecast, timing everything out for you. This hurricane is going to stay well to our south. If anything, we could see some showers early tomorrow morning, clip southern Maryland, but much of the DMV is going to be dry. This hurricane finally moves out of our area, dropping down into a tropical storm as we head through your Thursday. And then it looks like here back at home, we're going to be dealing with lots of sunshine, warm temperatures, and comfortable humidity. So definitely keep it here. We'll have a check of that in just a bit.
All right, Brittany, thank you. Well, people across the country right now have been sending help to Floridians, including from our area. A group of volunteers with the Red Cross have been deployed from the DMV. Our Daniel Hamburg joining us live from the newsroom now. Daniel, how are they lending a hand this afternoon?
Well, Annalisa, we know there is a lot of damage down in Florida, also widespread flooding. That's why 8 volunteers from the DMV went down to stage in Florida throughout parts of Florida and the Carolinas. In total, there are about 400 volunteers from the Red Cross that have been deployed. Now, once the storm passes, those teams will move in to provide safe shelter, meals, and emotional support to anyone who needs help. The Red Cross says because of stronger, more frequent storms, they've had to ramp up additional supplies and volunteers. Almost 375,000 customers in Florida and Georgia lost power as Hurricane Adalia rolled through, flooding streets, snapping trees, and destroying homes. Red Cross spokesperson Ashley Henyon says dozens of volunteers from our area are on standby, in addition to those already on the ground.
Some are planning to help out in a shelter, preparing food and delivering food to people who are seeking shelter and need warm meals. Others are driving trucks full of supplies, and we have more on standby.
Now, Henyon says that the best way to help right now is through financial donations to the Red Cross. She says they are looking for volunteers, though, for future storms to help in disaster relief aid. Annalisa.
All right, Daniel, and before we let you go, what is the Red Cross saying tonight as hurricane season continues right now?
Well, while we're not seeing a hurricane in our area, this area is not immune to severe storms. So they want to make a point that people should be prepared with at least 3 days of supplies, food, water for your entire household and your pets. In the newsroom, Daniel Hamburg, DC News Now.
Daniel, thanks so much. Meanwhile, members of Maryland's Task Force 1 have returned from Maui after their deployment earlier this month. The team, which also assisted with Hurricane Ian and Sandy, left on the 16th to help Hawaiians following the deadly wildfires. Captain Jason Light, who led the 73 personnel on that mission, says it was one he will never forget.
This one, and all the deployments that I've had personally, this one was definitely the most mentally challenging, physically challenging. It ranks up there with the 9/11s, the Oklahoma cities. And I think we had a few members that went to Surfside building collapse of the high level, the mental stress. It was one of the top tier deployments we have compared to our normal hurricane ones we go.
FEMA psychologists will be following up with the team following their deployment there. Montgomery County officials are reminding people that September is National Preparedness Month, and these are some of their tips. Sign up for emergency alerts, have a safety kit, and always monitor local forecasts. And Montgomery County says they are targeting senior citizens with their message next month in an effort to reach those who are vulnerable. Turning now to the district, a Southeast Washington apartment complex with a troubled history may soon have a new owner. D.C.'s Attorney General has asked the court to put the Marbury Plaza apartments into receivership due to the conditions there. The 674 unit is located on Good Hope Road in the Anacostia neighborhood. That's where we find D.C. News Now's Dave Laval, who's joining us live. And Dave, how bad are the conditions there?
Annalisa, it is worse than you can imagine, and I'll be honest with you, I'm being polite. The halls stink. The smell that comes up from the garbage disposal areas is enough to make you sick. And again, I'm not exaggerating. It is that bad inside the complex behind me. Marie Hardy showed us what it's like in her apartment she's called home with her son for the last 12 years. He has to run a fan because the air conditioner doesn't work. Marie sits on a chair to take a bath because of the condition of her bathtub, which you can see here. Other tenants told us similar stories and how they can't get maintenance crews to fix the problems. There could soon be a new owner if the court grants the Attorney General's request to have the property put under a guardian. Tenants, including Marie, who asked we not show her face, said that's just fine with them.
Oh my God, that'd be God. That'd be OMG. Thank you, Jesus. Yes, Lord. Then I won't have to move. I hope they come in and do the right thing and listen to the tenants, the one that live here. If they listen to the ones that live here and the tenants, everything will work out fine.
We reached out to management to get their comments regarding the tenants' complaints and respond to the Attorney General's request. So far, they have not replied. We're live in Anacostia. Dave Laval, DC News Now.
And Dave, what have you learned about the landlord's prior legal troubles there?
Oh yeah, and definitely there have been a lot of problems here. It's been just over 2 years ago since the previous Attorney General filed suit against the property owners because of the conditions inside the building. Well, all of that got put aside after both sides reached an agreement. However, most recently, current Attorney General Brian Schwalb won a rent refund for tenants back in May, as the court ruled the property owners have not done enough to improve the living conditions inside the buildings.
All right, Dave, thanks for that. Turning now to Virginia, members of the Arlington community are mourning the loss of a beloved Marine son, brother, and friend. Corporal Spencer Collard died Sunday when his Osprey crashed during routine training off the coast of Darwin, Australia. Today, his former educators are speaking out about what made Collard so special. He graduated from Washington Liberty High School in 2020 and joined the Marine Corps immediately after. His aviation teacher and guidance counselor both say he was outgoing, kind, bright, and had a ton of different interests. One thing is clear, though, it was a dream for joining the military there.
Military was perfect for Spencer, and I know he was a decorated. I read one of the articles how he received a bunch of different ribbons for doing a bunch of different things in a very short period of time. He got a few promotions already. Like he was on his way.
He died in an accident, in a tragic situation. I would like to believe that Spencer, he died serving this country in uniform, doing what he loved to do.
Coming up later here on DC News Now, Haley Mylon spoke with his parents. She shares what this all means to them right now at this time and his legacy.